If you enjoy slow-burn vampire stories where restraint is more dangerous than hunger, you're in the right place. Like the video, subscribe, and stay with me because this isn't a story about being taken. It's about being chosen while everyone else is watching. The bar is loud enough that no one notices when he sits beside me. That's the first thing I register. Not his presence, but how little space he leaves between us. Our thighs don't touch. Our shoulders don't brush. But the distance is deliberate. Measured, as if he's already calculated exactly how close he's allowed to be. I don't look at him right away. The bar is packed. Midnight crowd. Low lights, cheap drinks, bodies pressed together in a way that feels careless rather than intimate. I came here to disappear into noise. To let the night blur around me until I could go home alone without thinking too hard. But I can feel him. Not staring yet. Just aware. Like when someone steps too close behind you and your body reacts before your mind does. The bartender slides my drink toward me, and that's when I finally turn my head. He's already looking at me. Not in a hungry way. Not scanning, not consuming. His gaze is steady, unblinking. Dark in a way that isn't empty but full. As if I've interrupted something he was already doing, something internal. He doesn't smile. He doesn't glance away when our eyes meet. He just holds my gaze, calm as a held breath. I swallow. You're in my seat, I say, because my mouth needs something normal to do. I know, he replies. His voice is low enough that I feel it more than hear it. It doesn't fight the noise of the bar. It moves through it. Settles. He still doesn't look away. I should be unsettled. Should feel threatened, maybe. But what I feel instead is anchored. Like the chaos around us has dimmed just a little in his focus. Well, I say, lifting my glass. Enjoy it while it lasts. I intend to, he says. The way he says it makes heat crawl up my spine. He doesn't touch me. Not with his hands. Not even with his knee. But his attention feels physical. Weighted. Intentional. I take a sip of my drink and force myself to look forward again. Bad idea. The absence of his gaze feels louder than the music. You're tense, he says. I turn back to him sharply. Excuse me. You were relaxed before I sat down. He continues, tone mild. Your shoulders were lower. Your breathing was slower. I frown. Have you been watching me? Yes. No hesitation. No shame. I laugh, short and disbelieving. That's creepy. Only if I act on it, he says. That makes me pause. His eyes don't flicker. Don't challenge. Don't apologize. He's not testing boundaries, he's stating them. And are you going to? I ask. No. The certainty in his voice sends a shiver through me. I study him more closely now. Pale skin that looks untouched by the bar's yellow lighting. Dark hair, neat but not styled. He's dressed simply, black jacket, dark shirt, but it sits on him like it belongs there. Like he belongs anywhere he chooses to be. What are you then? I ask. A professional observer? Something like amusement flickers in his eyes. You could call it that. I snort. Figures. We sit in silence for a few seconds. The crowd surges around us. Someone bumps my elbow, sloshing my drink, but before I can react, his hand lifts, quick, controlled, and steadies the glass. His fingers don't touch mine. He pulls back immediately. Careful, he says. My heart is beating faster now, and I don't like how aware I am of my pulse. Thanks, I murmur. He inclines his head, as if acknowledging something unspoken. Why this bar? He asks. I blink. What? Why here? He repeats. You don't seem like someone who enjoys noise for its own sake. That lands closer than it should. I had a long week, I say. Didn't want to go straight home. Running from something, he says softly. I bristle. You don't know me. No, he agrees. But I'm learning. I should shut this down. Stand up. Move away. Instead, I shift slightly closer. Is that what you do? I ask. Learn people. Yes. Why? His gaze dips, not to my body but to my throat. To the place where my pulse jumps. For control, he says. That should scare me. Instead, it feels safe. Control over what? I ask. Myself. The answer settles between us, heavy and honest. I study his face. The stillness. The restraint in the way he holds his body, like every movement is optional rather than reactive. You're not like anyone else here, I say. No, he agrees. The music shifts. Slower now. Darker. Someone laughs loudly behind us. Do you come here often? I ask. Yes. Really? I arch a brow. You don't strike me as a bar person. I don't drink, he says. That makes me glance at the empty space in front of him. No glass. No bottle. Then why come? He looks back at me. Because you do. My breath stutters. That's not funny, I say. I'm not joking. The words hang there, sharp and quiet. You followed me? I whisper. I noticed you, he corrects. Weeks ago. Same night. Same seat. Same drink. My pulse spikes. I stop. Reevaluate his expression. You could have approached me then. Yes. But you didn't. No. Why now? His gaze softens just a fraction. Because tonight you looked like you wouldn't run. Something in my chest tightens. And if I had? I ask. I would have let you, he says. I believe him. That's the most unsettling part. Are you dangerous? I ask quietly. Yes. The honesty sends a chill through me. But not to you, he adds. How can you be so sure? Because I've already decided not to be. I laugh under my breath. That's not reassuring. It should be, he says. Restraint is a choice. I make it every day. My gaze drops again to his hands. Still. Relaxed. Capable. Then why sit so close? I ask. Because distance is louder, he replies. I inhale slowly. Exhale. Match my breathing to the steady rhythm of his presence. You're intense, I say. And you're curious, he counters. I don't deny it. The bartender comes back, asking if I want another drink. I glance at him, then back at the vampire beside me. No, I say. I'm good. The bartender leaves. You're a vampire, I say suddenly. The word feels strange in my mouth. Heavy. Dangerous. His gaze sharpens, but he doesn't pull away. Yes, he says. I wait for fear. Doesn't come. Are you hungry? I ask. Yes. The air between us thickens. Then why not? I trail off. He leans in, not touching, but close enough that I can feel the cool of his skin, the steadiness of him. Because you didn't invite me, he says. My heart pounds. And if I did? He holds my gaze. Then we wouldn't be sitting in a crowded bar. A thrill runs through me. People press closer. Someone laughs. Someone spills a drink. The world keeps moving. But he never looks away. Not once. When I finally stand, it's with effort. I should go, I say. Yes, he agrees. I wait for him to follow me. He doesn't. You're not coming? I ask. No, he says. Not unless you asked. I hesitate. Turn fully toward him. Will I see you again? I ask. He smiles just barely. You always sit here on Fridays, he says. My breath catches. I'll be here, he continues. Whether you come or not. I nod slowly. As I walk away, I feel his gaze on my back. Not possessive, not consuming. Watching. Waiting. And choosing restraint every second I don't look back. I don't leave right away. I tell myself it's because the bar is still crowded, because I don't want to push through bodies just yet. But that's not the truth. The truth is that standing up feels like surrendering something fragile, something newly alive between us. He notices. Of course he does. You're still deciding, he says. I'm still breathing, I reply. His gaze dips again, precise, attentive. Your breath changed. Did it? I ask. Or did you just want an excuse to keep watching? A corner of his mouth lifts. Not quite a smile. More like acknowledgement. Both can be true. I exhale slowly, deliberately. He follows. Our breathing sinks again, unnoticed by everyone else in the room. Two people sharing air while strangers shout and laugh inches away. This is dangerous, I murmur. Yes. But you're not doing anything. I'm doing exactly what I intend to, he says. Nothing. The word feels heavier than action. Someone squeezes past behind us, jostling my back. I flinch despite myself. Instantly, his body shifts, not toward me, not touching, but positioning. A subtle angle that blocks the next intrusion before it happens. Protective. Controlled. You don't have to, I start. I know, he says. I want to. That lands harder than any grab could. You're very practiced at this, I say. At restraint, he asks. At making it feel like a choice I'm part of. His eyes darken, not with hunger but with something sharper. Respect. Consent, he says quietly, is the only thing that makes hunger survivable. The way he says it tells me this is not philosophy. It's experience. How long have you been a vampire? I ask. Long enough, he replies. I tilt my head. That's not an answer. It's the safest one. I nod, accepting it more easily than I should. The music dips lower, bass heavy now. The bar smells like alcohol and perfume and heat. And under it all something cooler. Cleaner. You smell different. I say before I can stop myself. His gaze sharpens. Describe it. I hesitate. Like rain on stone, I say slowly. And night air. His jaw tightens. You shouldn't be able to tell. But I can. Yes, he agrees. You can. The silence that follows is not empty. It's careful. Like both of us are holding something delicate between us and refusing to drop it. Does it bother you? I ask. Being this close and doing nothing? Yes. The honesty makes my chest ache. Then why keep doing it? Because wanting is not the same as taking, he says. And because you're still here. I glance around us. People press together. Laughing. Unaware. They can see us, I say. They can see proximity, he corrects. They can't see intention. My heart stutters. Does it matter if they see? I ask. It matters that you know I could leave, he says. And I'm choosing not to. I swallow. That doesn't make this easier. It was never meant to, he replies. Time stretches. My drink sits forgotten. His hands remain loose, open at his sides. No tension. No threat. You're not feeding tonight, I say. No. Because of me? Yes. Something hot and complicated twists low in my stomach. That's a lot of control to put on a stranger. I put it on myself, he says. You're simply motivating. I laugh softly. That's a dangerous compliment. So is noticing, he replies. The bartender glances our way, curious. I realize how still we've been. How close. How visible. You don't care if people think we're together, I say. I care very much, he answers. I blink. You do. Yes, he says. Because it means I have to be better. Better how? Calmer. Slower. Less honest with my instincts. I study him. And are you? Yes, he says again. Because you're watching me too. That's true. I am. Watching how he never leans in without invitation. How his gaze never drops too low. How every movement feels pre-approved by restraint. It's intoxicating. I don't usually trust strangers, I admit. I'm not asking for trust, he replies. Only awareness. Of what? Of what you're choosing. The words settle into me. I choose this, I say softly. Yes, he agrees. Another body bumps my chair. This time, before he even moves, I shift closer to him instinctively. My shoulder brushes his arm. The contact is brief. Electric. He goes completely still. I feel it, the way every muscle in him locks down, not forward but inward. As if restraint requires more strength than attack ever would. I'm sorry, I say automatically. Don't, he says, voice rougher now. You did nothing wrong. The music swells. Someone cheers. Life continues. You're shaking, I whisper. Yes. Do you want me to move? No. The answer is immediate. Then what do you want? I ask. He looks at me then like the question matters more than the answer. I want you to leave when you're ready, he says. And to remember that I didn't follow. My throat tightens. That's cruel, I say.